So with the PCOS insulin resistance, I was diagnosed with that at the age of 14. I am now 33. It was hard growing up because I was always bigger than the other kids. I was always having issues. I think because of the asthma and having to be on prednisone and antibiotics all the time because of the asthma, the prednisone makes you hungry. The prednisone makes you eat, and then having family that did not, no little kid knows how to properly eat. I was never taught how to properly eat growing up. I was never taught a proper diet growing up. So, of course, I did not know portion control. And even I remember my mother telling me that as a baby, I would never get as full as a baby should. So, literally, my entire life, I've always had issues with not being able to get as full as a normal person. And I'm only bringing that up because of something I'm going to talk about with a medicine that I was on. That's going to be very significant when I bring that up. So I have always had to eat more than a regular person because I could never get full. Somebody could eat a bowl of cereal and be full. I had to eat 2 or 3 bowls of cereal to be full. Somebody could eat 2 hot dogs. I'd have to eat 4. And of course, this is not a blame my past for everything that's wrong with me now. This is more, hey, people struggle, and just because you see somebody look a certain way or act a certain way does not mean that there is something that they can easily do about it. Yes, it's obvious I'm not thin. Yes, I struggle on a daily basis with body image issues. Even with my husband of 5.5 years, I still struggle with body image issues. I think that's something I'm always going to struggle with, because even in a country where almost half of the population is overweight, there is still so much emphasis on, oh, you have to be thin, you have to be this, you have to be that to be pretty or accepted, which I think is utter bullcrap. The PCOS insulin resistance. So the PCOS issue basically comes down to, I have cysts on my ovaries, so I don't have a regular period. And I am going to have a higher infertility rate. And even if I do get pregnant, I have a higher possibility of miscarrying or having high risk pregnancy. As a 33-year-old that I'm aware of, I have never been pregnant. I say that I'm aware of because a lot of times women, especially with issues like PCOS, can actually miscarry 2 or 3 weeks into implantation, and you would never know because it just presents itself as a bad period. So that I'm aware of, I have never been pregnant. Of course, as a female, that kind of hurts because I've always thought about wanting to have kids. I have had dreams where it's almost like I can feel a baby inside me kicking, and I can feel the labor pains. And it's hard to come to terms sometimes with knowing that I most likely am never going to have a kid. But it's also because of all the other medical issues I have. Sometimes I even struggle just getting up and going to the bathroom because of the issues the PCOS and insulin resistance and the MS all 3 give you. And that's where it also ties into having multiple medical issues play on each other. I've said this for years. I have so many medical issues that they're basically in this tight webbed ball that they all play on each other. And it gets really difficult to handle from time to time. Sometimes I can accept it, sometimes it's hard. Follow for more content and detail.